Hello everyone, welcome to Liberal Tarot. I'm Sherry, a blue dot and a red state, utilizing Tarot to offer insight into these very interesting times we have going on here in the United States. So I'm really glad that you're here and welcome. So the focus of today's reading is going to be the Marjorie Taylor Greene resignation and the timing of that with that PSA that the former intelligence and military members and current congressional members released. I find that very interesting as far as we have this PSA telling you, reassuring the military, we've got your back. You don't have to obey an illegal order. And then Taylor Greene comes out and she's like, yeah, I'm resigning. Because I don't want to be a part of having to defend this this administration's actions. And it's like, okay, well, you could stay and fight, but okay, whatever. So, yeah, I'm curious about the timing of that. I find that either one of those things is like really explosive type, like news. And we had it like back to back. Yes, I know the news cycle is just crazy right now with everything. Everything could be a scandal that could, be the end of this administration. But this is like on the other side. This is the, like, why do we have that PSA now? Why is Taylor Greene resigning now? And side note on the Bulwark, I think it was Sam Stein pointed out that her resignation date is 2 days after what she would need to serve in order to get her full pension. So that's curious too. Actually, that's not curious. That's exactly what, she saw, well, I have to serve this long and then I'm out of here. So yeah, I just really want to know, like, why now? Why are they doing these things now? And kind of looking into like both of those, like, are they connected and why now? Like, are they preparing us for something, getting ready to happen? As always, this is for entertainment purposes only. I want to know, is there a connection into the timing between the PSA and Marjorie Taylor Greene? Is there a connection on the timing for that? Do they know that something, do they know that something is getting ready to happen? What's going on here? Okay, as always, this is for entertainment purposes only, and I am using the Wiser Tarot. I've really been enjoying this deck here. It's like I had bought this, and I was like, but the more I started using it, the more I really do like the colors in this and how it just really makes the symbology just really pop. So, oh, yeah, they know something's coming to an end. Alrighty then, yes. They know that this administration is coming to an end. Swords is anything medical, anything legal, and military. And we are seeing that on all fronts. We're seeing his health is failing. The military is getting ready to not obey. And it appears to be that the military is not going to obey an illegal order. And all the legal stuff that's getting ready to happen, especially with those Epstein files. So yeah, they all see the writing on the wall. Yes, they see the writing on the wall. The challenge is this is a card of restrictions. It's a card of let me look at this. It's almost feeling like they can't say anything right now. Like they're bound, like they can't say anything right now, but they're signs. They're letting us know, like there's signs along the way. Okay, that's kind of what I'm feeling with that. The military, racing forward or not in this case. And remember, in my Morgan Greer, this is like, which that was so wild to see the knight looking up at the tower. It's like, oh yeah, the tower's on fire. And so this could be, like that military action that is like looking into the past. What are they looking at? Let's see. Where am I at? I was like, where am I in my reading? Okay, let me get all these put out then so I don't get lost here. Oh, and all the kings. Okay. Let me just take a moment here. Looking at racing, looking into the past of the oligarchs and what they've done, the foundation of that message, the bully wand. This is also, I've never read this as the Epstein files. I've read the Ten of Pentacles as the Epstein files, but the sexual energy, that wand there, and then the King of Swords, that the legal, military, and health stuff that's getting ready to happen. Medical, legal, and like this, and surgery. So medical, legal, and military. Yeah, I think that they actually do know something's getting ready to happen involving the oligarchs. And I'm almost feeling like the oligarchs, the message coming out from the White House, and the military. Like it's all of those things together. Okay. So what is it? I kind of want to know about these two cards. That stuff, not like it, they like, yes, they see, and part of this is like they see the writing on the wall. I have no doubt that there isn't something getting ready to happen, but they just can't say what it is yet. So that's what we're doing tarot for. I want to know actually more about these. I want to know more about these cards. What is it that's getting ready to happen that they can't say anything about yet? Okay, and what is it that's getting ready to happen? The hesitation of our military, the fiery message, they're not going to be, and notice, it's like they were doing these things, and then the legal advice is, no, we're not going to do it, and here's the hesitation with our military. Here, where they once were doing it, now they're not. They're holding back. They're saying no. Oh, and the Tower card, the shit hits the fan. Oh, my. And, yeah, the message of, we're not doing this. Stability, security, be patient. We're going to get, I'm almost feeling like we're going to get back to normal. Let me rephrase that. We're not going to get back to normal. We're going to get back to, like some kind of stability here in our country. And because this has just been too much of a burden. Too much of a burden. Let me see here. Let me pause this just for a second. Okay, I just wanted to kind of take a moment and look at this. I really do think that this is the actions that our military once took. Now, the King of Swords, this is embodying like the military, the top brass that's not been installed by, Keg's breath there. And we're not doing this anymore. The hesitation and so it's hesitation. This is one of not taking action. Okay. And saying no is an action. Okay. So saying no, because they're not going to be, doing this, bombing these boats anymore. And what does that mean? So you guys, let's, I want you to take a minute with that. Because I've already had my moment with this of what does that look like when the military does not take an order, does not obey an order from their commander-in-chief? Does that mean that they remove him? Does that mean, like, what does that look like? What does that mean? What does that entail? Because we've never been through that before. And I'm almost thinking, like, if that PSA was to front load us to prepare us for that, expect more messaging of, especially, I've been seeing Mark Kelly quite a bit, and it may be because of that. I appreciate Mark Kelly and the role that he's played, in in American history, the Air Force pilot, he flew a shuttle. I mean, he's an astronaut. He's an American hero. And so, he connects really well with the public, and he's well known. And so I think that I'm expecting like messaging coming from him, because he's very calm in the face of, chaos. He has to be. I feel like he's going to be the one saying, like, helping us navigate this Tower card of like, what the hell? And then, the messenger, he's going to be that messenger of just how we deal with this, how we go forward. He's going to be that calming voice. So if you look at this, the calming voice came up, the message of, let me see, the calming voice. Just be patient. And it's been a burden, but we're taking care of business. That's kind of the feeling I'm getting with this of, yeah, I think we're coming up on the military not obeying an illegal order, and that they, because I'm like, okay, so how do we go from like not obeying an illegal order to, remove, like, and because removing it, the military removing this administration, that's a military coup. I mean, that's what that is. Is that what we're looking at here for our country? So let me bring you down here and let's look at that. Is the military getting ready to not only not obey an illegal order, but to remove him, this entire administration? Are they getting ready to remove? And with that, hidden knowledge about the Epstein files. The Epstein files are getting ready to break open. Something that, was in the dark. This is the military charging forward, making preparations. It's not completely done yet. So I'll explain that here in just a second. And then they're not ready to take action yet. Okay, but they're getting there. And what I was getting ready to say with this is when reading the past, this may not have already happened yet, but like we're looking for this will happen and then this and then this. That's kind of the progression. And real quick, a little teaching moment here. You guys know I hardly ever remember my readings, and I don't remember the specifics of this reading, but what I remember was when I was doing private readings, I did a reading, and the person, the woman sitting across from me was like, I have no idea what you're talking about. None of that makes sense. And I was like, okay, well, let's start with the past cards. And she's like, I don't know what you're talking about. Like, I literally don't know. And it was a really difficult reading because I was like, but it's like, that's what it's saying. And so she was like, well, I don't know what you're talking about. And I was like, okay, well, I'm sorry. And it was like several weeks later, she came back and she was like, I have to tell you that everything you said happened. It's just that the past, like what you said was the past hadn't happened yet. But when that happened, it then became the past. And then everything else, like, fell into place, and she, we were all kind of blown away, and she had another reading. And so, yeah, that was kind of wild. So that's why when you're doing tarot, don't always get like real attached to like what the past is, because that past may not have happened yet for the future cards that, I've laid out, if that makes sense. So anyway, because I really am feeling like whatever decision that they're being asked to do, it's like the evidence isn't there. Yeah, that could be like the evidence isn't there. They're not prepared, to take the action because of what they're seeing. And the reason I say like the evidence isn't there, here you've got 2 unfinished pentacles. So yeah, there's like something not finished. They're not going to be acting, half-cocked on evidence that's just not there. And when I was asking about this PSA and a little bit of Trader Green there, why now? They know that these Epstein files are getting ready to come out, and something that's been hidden, they're just not quite ready. Like, this is almost, you don't want to go into battle with this person, but I wonder if this is part of that trickling out of the Democratic, those emails that they've received from the Epstein estate. I wonder if they've actually received more, or they know like what they're getting ready to receive, and that this is like they're front loading us. They're preparing us for this administration to come to an end. Okay, that's what that is. So let's see here. Does Taylor Green know about this too? Is this why she resigned? Is this why she resigned? Changes and emotions. Oh boy, if that's not an understatement, because Knights are changes and Cups are emotions. Oh yeah, she's got a different song she's playing now. She sees the writing on the wall. She sees just how drunk on power these these powerful men and women have become, and she is like, no, and the infighting, she doesn't want any part of it. And I feel like she doesn't want to be in the splash zone when the ship goes down. That's what I'm feeling with this. So yeah, she knows. So we'll put Taylor Greene over here on this side. I want to know, have the Democrats received more from the Epstein estate? Have they either received it, or do they know what they're going to receive? That is the, you know, that final piece. The rejoicing. It's over. It's done. Like celebrating the end. And this is the hollow victory. And by this, I mean, I say hollow victory, not for them, but like everything that Trump has tried to hide, he can't hide anymore. And this is like his support is like people are just walking away. They're not supporting him anymore. And here he is with, you know, all the swords. Like what's he going to do with all those swords? He can't defend himself. And then you also have, and I've always seen this with his health, like he's getting ready to check out also with the, you know, and I've gone through this before, the storm clouds, the, you know, the fire here around the head, the swollen ankles, and his support's walking away. And this could be even the people that supported him are looking like, how are we going to flee? How are we going to get rid of this? But I really am seeing this is more like they're not even defending. They're not defending him. These are people who've just dropped their swords and are walking away. So no more defense of Trump. And that these files are getting ready to come out. And is it going to come from our DOJ? I've never gotten that it would. Like, they're waiting, and then a decision is made, and something being offered. Okay, so whatever the DOJ releases, it's not the full files, and everybody knows that. I mean, did anybody really expect the full files to be released? And Pam Bondi is going to slow walk that. She's going to take her 30 days. She's going to scrub. I mean, everything that you would think that she was going to do, that is the attempt. And I think that's why the Epstein estate says, yeah, we're just releasing all of it. Okay, so I still want to know about our military. Is this the military? Are they removing them because of the Epstein files and not because of the illegal orders? The restrictions, they can't say anything, controlling, like, this is one of needing to, like, control the orange beast, like, literally, arrest him, put him in jail. And, yeah, this is about, yeah. Well, there you go. So I think that whatever is getting ready to happen, the Taylor Greene has heard, whether she's heard about, you know, the Epstein. Everybody knows that the Democrats have been working with the Epstein estate to get the files, you know, and I say files, you know, evidence, you know, whatever it is you want to call it that. I think that if they don't already have it, they either they're getting ready to, you know, receive, you know, whatever information, or they're getting ready to, yeah, they've either received it or they're getting ready to receive it. They already know what they're going to receive, and that, you know, if it's that picture with Bubba, you know, that would do it. That would be that piece of undeniable evidence of, you know, wrongdoing. And, you know, whoever Bubba is, I know I've seen some reporting that said, you know, they called the young boys that were part of this, Bubba. So, and if Trump had, oh my, if Putin has that. So, I'm just sitting here with this for a minute. I think things are getting ready to break free. I mean, it's just the timing of all this stuff is just too coincidental for it not to be like something's getting ready to happen. Let me see. Let me see if I can get some timing here. Or what happens first? Trump has a health event. Geez, I just realized this. Remember I have said it's like Trump hears about something and then like, so he hears the Epstein files are going to come out, or like, that picture, whatever it is comes out. And then you have like, it comes out and then he hears about it. It causes him to have a health event because of the stress. And then it comes out. That's kind of the feeling I'm getting here of, yeah, we're coming up on this. Let's just do a quick check-in on his health. It's one reason why I was using the Wiser Tarot here. Let's see, what do we need to know about Trump's health this next week? This upcoming week. It's last week in November. What do we need to know about Trump's health? Trump's health, okay. The bickering, the fighting, things that aren't, the stress. I'm going to see the stress of, and all these IVs that, his hand just looks horrid. Retreat into his mind, literally, like going back in time. And, yeah. 5, 6, not 6, 7. But it's 5, 7, and 13. When 13 is 4. So 4, 5, 6. If we wanted to break that down to 4, 5, 6. And so I'm recording this on Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Is he going to have a health event? I don't know how many ways I can say this. That's pretty clear. Something's happening this next week. Crossing the river Styx. Okay. Whenever I'm like building off this death card here, and I get crossing the river Styx coming up with the death card, and then like the palliative care, I got that he's been receiving, and then like the palliative care, if you notice here, like whatever those last 3 treatments, I said, they weren't going to work. Those 3 treatments are like behind the palliative care, and what we're looking at is, helping him cross over. Go to the light there. Go to the light, Carol Ann. Okay, so I think that we're getting ready to get the Epstein files. And that, all hell breaks loose and our military comes in and starts cleaning house. And so that's where, because remember that, that screaming thing that he did last weekend of, I don't care, start a war. I think that's why the PSA came out, because he was like, I don't care what you have to do, start a war. And if I'm going down, I'm taking all of you with me. And so I think that that's where we're getting. I'm surprised he didn't stroke out right then, screaming, ranting and screaming, that during that whole thing last week. And that, I guess, the mainstream media has been saying it's AI. There are others, reporting that saying it isn't. So let's look. We have that video. It had the music playing in the background, which apparently AI can't really do that very well. I don't know. I don't know enough about AI to know if that's even possible to create that. We know that he was hoarse on Monday from screaming, and he was like, oh, it was because of a trade deal, but then he wouldn't give specifics. So he was lying. He opened his mouth. He's lying. So the evidence is showing that, that's probably real. His hand looks like it's about ready to rot off his arm. His hand looks like it's about ready to fall off. It's rotten. And so those treatments, aren't really working anymore. So, yeah, I think that he has heard that the Epstein files are going to be coming out from the Epstein estate. He's going to try to declare some war, and those names of those wars, oh my God, I can't even, what was it? Operation Southern Spear. It was like, and Hammerhead. It was like, oh my God, Keg's breath, you are depraved. Talk about Freudian slips there. Is it a Freudian slip? So yeah, I think that that's what we're getting ready to look at, and that the timing could be off. Am I wrong? Am I early? I think I'm, if it's not this coming up week, it's coming up sooner rather than later. And the other thing I wanted to mention real quick was, I don't usually get like specific, I said, if I'm going down, I'm taking you all with me. And then we had that audio come out of him saying that, like word for word. There's been a couple of other things where I'm like, wait a minute, that's exactly what I said in my reading. And so I was talking with my tarot mentor saying, okay, so like, I'm good, but I'm not like usually that, that good, to get like very specific wording. Like, is this, and she was like, yeah, something's getting ready to happen. Whenever the readings are like that clear, that close to like readings are going to be clearer, closer to an event, like than something that I read, 6 months, down the road. And if you look back at my earlier readings, I always knew these are the things that I knew, that it was going to be Republicans that actually were the ones that, take him out. And we're seeing that now. They're talking about impeachment and removal. I have said that it was, like, was it going to be his health or the Epstein files or something else? And I said all of the above. And now we're seeing all, what ICE is doing, what our military is being told to do with the Venezuelan, boats. Election fraud, we know that's, that case, we're just literally waiting on the judge on that to decide, like if that, how that case is going to go forward. And now we have Taylor Greene resigning because she don't want no part of this. She wants to be out of the splash zone when the ship goes down. And you have the that PSA from the congressional members. So if you start kind of like piecing this stuff together, looking at what I've said and seeing kind of like how that's playing out and like where we're at now, I think that we're getting ready for some very interesting times. So, thank you for joining. I feel like I'm like, oh my God. But thank you for joining me. I really do appreciate it. The schedule for like this next week, I do want to touch base here just real quick on that. And I'll do a post on YouTube also. I'm going to have this coming out today, which is Sunday. I'm recording all this stuff on Saturday. And then Monday will be coming out. Usha is not wearing her wedding ring. Tuesday, what's coming out is the New Orleans ICE stuff. And all I have to say is that the voodoo priestesses will have this all taken care of. They know how to deal with unwanted spirits, unwanted souls there. And then I already have a Seth Meyers reading recorded. It's already finished. That'll be coming out Wednesday. I think I'm going to take Thursday. I say this and it's like, as I'm saying, I'm taking Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday off. I already know. It's like, no, you're not. And I was like, well, I know I'm going to be recording the energy readings like next week, and next weekend to come out on Monday, December 1st. And it's like, yeah, you're doing that, but no, you're doing other things too. So we'll see. I don't know what else is going to be coming out, but I'm sure there's no shortage of news, and I will do these readings as needed. So hang in there, and I do have a feeling like these next couple of weeks could be like really interesting. So thank you very much for joining me. I really do appreciate it. Like, share, comment, subscribe, and I will catch you on the next reading. Have a great day.